Alright. Getting juiced up today, this afternoon. Welcome, Puff Deluxe. For seeing that notification, gotta keep the notifications on, folks. That's how we know. My phone is going off every 5 seconds. There's all these streams going down. Heck, I even have the Chapo stream notification. Never watched a minute of it, but they're always on. Oh, only caught small bits and pieces. Well, get ready. This is a big one. This is a big one. Let's see. Let's change the song here. We gotta follow a moho. I ought to put the notifications up on the title screen. Didn't even think of that. Because I'm very stupid. Alright. We got no time to waste today, folks. And let's see, who else? There's one person in particular that I would love it if they catch the stream live. Not gonna say any names, so they'll be watching this later. Don't want to have any stream beef, but I want to have some beef if I'd ever do a meat stream. Where's the beef? Manderson, hello. All right, I'm feeling good about this crew. Can't wait any longer. So, let's do the damn intro. Bum, bum. The Scott, welcome. Welcome to the cool stream. It's a nice Saturday afternoon. Almost said Sunday afternoon. Get that Nico character. Yeah, he's out and about. That's alright. I know how that is to be out of pocket. And I'm not talking about quarterbacks being an NFL quarterback, getting flushed out of the pocket. I'm talking about being on the go. But we're here, we're back, and we're ready to do a cool stream. We got a really fun one, really good one here today. Got a lot of weird stuff to show you. Some you may have seen, some you may have never seen. But since you're here, it's time for the cool stream, everybody. Welcome in to the chat, to the channel. Thanks for following, thanks for watching the cool stream. I know you might have some chores to do today. You might have that honey-do list. Just take a little break. Say, hey, I gotta watch some cool stuff. So shout out to the followers, folks in the chat, and welcome to the stream. We got a good one today. We're gonna have to blast through all this amazing content and show you the stuff we got. Do some ads, some quick ads, a little preamble, tell you what we got coming up, and then just jump right into it. I got the go sign. I got the racing flags are flapping in the wind when they do that. When you the green flag, right? And I've got the pedal to the metal, ready to hit the second part of this intro, because it's the cool stream, everybody. It's Saturday afternoon. I'm here, Beowulf, live on the stream, ready to show you some crazy cool stuff. You know the deal. You know what you're getting into when you click on that follow link. You're getting some damn cool stuff. So you may have seen this crazy GIF of Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. Give you a little clue what we're talking about. That's right, we're talking about Bigfoot. You know that guy? The hairy guy, ape-like person, man, woman, walks around in the woods, kind of creepy, possibly friendly, scary, just dang cool. Bigfoot. That's what we're talking about. First, let's get into some ads. This is a tight one today. And just some recent developments. Not to go too much behind the curtain, a la the Wizard of Oz and the Great Wizard. You find out he's just this little short man, not a big scary guy. Behind the curtain here, we're changing up our ad models a little bit. Going to do something along the lines of something you'd see on podcasts, where you kind of just do each episode some ads thrown in there. So don't be too concerned. We're not, Amichis hasn't dropped us from their roster of internet content streamers and podcasts. They have a whole slew of them, the Amichis network. We're still on it, and but no, we got a couple new ones. Everyone is champing at the bit for the cool stream. That's right, Puff. Excited for the cool stream. Welcome, Tom. Gotta remember to look at this damn chat because it's going off. Cool stream says Turbo. All right, that's who I'm talking about. Turbo knows all about those Bigfoots, being from up there in that crazy wild part of the North American continent known as Western Canada. And also a couple other people from up there in the Oregon area. They know about this creepy guy. But I was talking about the ads. So our first sponsor for tonight, we heard about them on last week's stream. Looking at some food history, we stumbled across their great restaurant, and that is none other than Biscuitville. Southern-inspired food the old-fashioned way, such as our famous breakfast biscuits, English muffins, platters, and sweets, plus homemade and locally sourced sauces. Biscuitville. Try them today in the North Carolina Triangle area. And of course, we got a good sponsor. I found these folks online. They reached out and said, you're playing all these videos. Maybe have people come check out some of our videos. And they're over at Funpreem, over on YouTube. Official entertainment, fun, and comedy channel. Funpreem. And they've got such classic funny videos as Wife Will Be Wife. Check that one out. It's pretty funny. I was watching that one. Chomping at the biscuit. That's right. Right, Funpreem. They got funny videos such as Wife Will Be Wife, and this one coming up for this week, Valentine's Day. Don't forget about that. And that video is called Valentine's Couple Gone Wrong. For all craziest couples in February 4th, 2019, Funpreem Craziest Couples. That's the title of that video. Check them out and have a big laugh on YouTube. Funpreem. What is my people saying here? We got pork chop biscuit. It's 510 calories. That ain't bad. Have that for lunch. Just one biscuit. That's all you need. It's kind of like a fast, casual restaurant, I think. Biscuitville. You just run in and say, I want the biscuit. Give me your big biscuit special. And they'll grab that for you, and you'll run onto the job site. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. So last week we talked... what should I do first? Okay, last week we talked a little bit about an crazy idea I had. Sort of a crazy fever dream. I woke up in the middle of the night and said, holy crap, the thing that we need, the thing that's going to take the cool stream to the next level is something a stream has never done. All these people playing video games all the time, just video games, we love them. No stream in the history of streams has ever had its own video game. So that's what I thought up, and I sent some bids out there. My team kind of worked up a proposal, sent it out to some companies such as, over at Ubisoft and Bethesda. I think they did Skyrim, great game. What others? Electronic Arts and all the other ones. Didn't really get some responses back on that one. Sent it out again to some more indie type folks and stuff you get on Steam for $5. Didn't get a big response from that either. But our friend, I'm not sure if he's here today, but we love this guy, Beer Horse, sent me a note and said, "Hey, I'm working up something. You might like it. It's pretty basic." And I was like, wow, that's perfect. I saw some mock-ups. I got a little demo. He kind of walked me through the engine that he's working on there. Powerful gaming engine to run the Coolstream game. Even had a chance to throw in some ideas of my own, some sketches and concepts, and he was gracious enough to work some of those into his gaming mock-up. And I'm seeing the progress and I'm loving it. So thanks, Beer Horse. We're gonna get that game off the ground. We've also got Turbo working on the music, and it's sounding great. Some cool sound effects. So we're gonna get that Coolstream game going, and then we've also, speaking of, I'm going a million miles a minute. I gotta check out the chat. Biscuitville used to be, hold up. Biscuitville used to be Pizzaville until a store manager made a batch of biscuits and sold them, and they started selling more biscuits than pizzas. Huh. Now that's interesting. And that's, we love food here on the Coolstream. We love talking about it. It's almost a food stream half the time. That's where we got Biscuitville from, checking out food history. So we'll have to come back and revisit that. And we're also going to revisit, you can see over here in the corner, on Mr. Food. Now we heard a little bit, a little note in the chat last week about passing along some info about Mr. Food, and it's kind of odd that we didn't have this in the first place, but Mr. Food himself was a great guy, passed away a couple years ago, but he has some amazing videos on TV. He would kind of jump in during the news and have these little quick segments, and I went through YouTube and watched all of them that I found. I was kind of binge watching cooking shows, old school cooking shows from the 80s and 90s. I was like, you know what? This would be great for a stream. We got to let people in on the Mr. Food, because it's truly, was a great man, wanted to introduce people to cooking, and he made some great stuff on TV. We love him. So we're going to have, possibly next episode, I think, we're going to show some cooking videos, show a bunch of Mr. Food stuff, some other people from that kind of 80s era. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see, Turbo had to go away for a minute. Did I miss the game? Well, haven't played the game yet, haven't heard from Beer Horse, been sending him some emails, trying not to be too, demanding of a client of his. I know he's busy, he's busy doing other games and stuff, or he's unemployed, not sure, but haven't heard back about the updates for that. But we plan on doing some more sketches, adding some characters, such as a sub or a chicken wing that'll just gonna chase you down. We got the Bigfoot, some other stuff. Maybe Harry Hubbard's gonna show up. We all know who Beer Horse is. That's right. So we got so much stuff to get to. It's insane. We have to get into it, guys and gals and others. So today we're talking about Bigfoot, and one of the most famous Bigfoot things of all time, my favorite thing. You've all seen it. We featured it on the show when we talked about Beefro. Had a little GIF of the Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot. And that was the famous footage from way back in the 60s. A couple of cowboys, baby. We're out there investigating in the woods, and they came across a Bigfoot, took a video of it. And hold on a sec. Hold on a damn second. So we're going to watch a lot of videos, and we're going to watch the original footage. I thought about going into all the backstory about this whole thing, and it really kind of what it boils down to. A couple guys went out with their old camera into the woods in California in some far-flung creek. They came across a Bigfoot. So let's see that classic footage. Roll that beautiful Bigfoot footage. This is the original. It's enhanced by HD. We might have to fast forward a little bit and see. So there's kind of viewing the basin. And there's some trees. Beautiful country out there. They've been able to find the original location of this actually, but it's not quite the same. Let's see. Guys first. Turbo, don't cancel me, please, alright? I gotta figure out a different way to address all the people who watch the cool stream. We'll figure that out. So there's the cowboys, baby, walking with the horse, and there's a big river creek is what this is here. Knocked a bunch of trees over and made this sort of crazy washed out area that they're exploring there. Let's see, do I need to go forward? Of course he's showing stuff. Hey, look at these sticks and look at the trees. It's beautiful. Now, where's that dang Bigfoot? There we go. So that's one of the two guys, Patterson, Gimlin, not sure. That's their horses there, and there's one guy, and the other one is filming. Maybe I should get some info here. So there he is on the horse. He's going. Really long preamble to Bigfoot, but I think it's good to see the context of what goes down here. Right, so he's panning up, and he's looking at the trees. He's thinking about these wonderful trees, and then there's the horse again. So they're just kind of trotting along. And he thought, yeah, I'll get the camera out. I'll kind of show my friend and the horse, show these trees out here in the forest, let people know. I'm sure, if there hadn't been a Bigfoot, he would have showed this later on. It would have been that thing where, like, oh, there he is. Patterson is showing his tree foot, and then he's like, oh shit, fell off my horse. What? Oh, what? Holy, oh my, what? It's a big hairy thing. Holy crap. There he is. He's hiding behind the trunk, and there's the Bigfoot right there. And he looks back. She, actually, as we'll find out, looks back, and I was like, what the hell is that? What are those, horses? We get out of here. There he goes. There she goes. Sorry. Walking back into the brush, and never to be seen again. Preserved on film forever for all to see, and people went crazy over this footage. Oh, there she is again. Still going. Taking a long walk. You get some idea of the scale here. Huge trees, mountainous region there. So you're probably thinking, man, that's crazy. They captured the real Bigfoot on film. Who could have imagined that it just was that easy? And, we don't know. Was that the real Bigfoot? Was that the real deal? Or was that a hoax? That's a Bigfoot. And it's got a Bigfoot, too. You'll see that in the zoomed-in footage. So whether it's real or not, it's a really remarkable piece of footage. If it's a hoax, I think it's a great, interesting piece of postmodern art, where these people went out, they made this film, they made this crazy costume that people claim can't be reproduced, even though I saw some pictures of somebody pretty much just, strapped some pillows to their ass, and can kind of get the idea of how you put the fur on it. One of the things we'll show a little bit later, possibly, is people trying to figure out the scale of, like, where did it happen, putting a person there to show how tall is the Bigfoot, to show Bigfoot's 8 feet tall. There's no way a person could be this big. I think one thing that gets kind of mixed up is, the film is incredibly shitty, as you see. Very bad footage, grainy as hell. The camera's shaking all over the place, and the Bigfoot is like 30 feet away. So in that context, you can see that, and it, of course, looks real. But it's just, you know, terrible footage and pretty easy to kind of cover up whatever, you know, whatever you got going on. Very easy to believe that's a real thing. Can we do a size estimate for Bigfoot's pecker? Well, Bigfoot is a woman. Patterson-Gimlin footage, as you'll see maybe in this is high-speed stabilized footage, and a lot of people are doing this to the Bigfoot, the Patterson-Gimlin footage, because hey, we got all the technology, we got all the tech, we got all this crazy video editing software. We can go in there and stabilize and high-speed zoom in. There's a bunch of stuff on the History Channel, some stuff that I've watched before, where they really just ramp up the contrast and zoom, sharpen everything, so you see the Bigfoot's like eyeball glint and all that stuff. It's really kind of cool. And so with the benefit of technology, we can go in and really zoom in on those details. And it holds up despite all of that, which is amazing to me. People still believe it. It's still kind of the big basis for Bigfoot belief. The BB for BF. And people kind of still go back to it as the #1 Bigfoot things. And, you know, I don't think they've found the person who made the costume. You know, people have claimed to have the costume locked away in their grandma's basement. Anyway, so here it is, stabilized, and give you a break. Oh, there's the famous turn. Looking back to see this creep, Bigfoot Patty, as she's called, is like, what is this freaking creepo videotaping me in the nude, walking through the forest? Could you imagine if the husband was there? Bonk him on the head, smash the camera. You jerk, get out of here. Photographing my wife like that. That's an invasion of privacy. It's insane. I would never do that. 2019. Anyway, this turns around. There's the big ass. And there's some other ones that get more detailed. Maybe I should have found one of those. But oh, and there you can see Bigfoot from behind. And for some reason it pauses. But yeah, there's a spot there. You can see Bigfoot's boobs right there. It's kind of cool. And I mean, just imagine someone making this suit, getting a big guy to get in it, a la Chewbacca. We know Chewbacca's not real. Chewbacca's basically a big Bigfoot. And you know, so people are trying to figure out, is this real? The turn, the famous turn. People are trying to prove it real every which way they can. And I came across a guy who I thought was really cool and loved this guy. I hosted one of the hosts of a TV show called Finding Bigfoot on Animal Planet, which I'd never seen before. But I kind of want to watch some more episodes. There's clips on YouTube, but this guy, James Bobo Fay. Bobo Fay, I was talking about Chewbacca. Bobo Fett? Anyway, so he went out there with some folks, and they were at the PG film site, Patterson-Gimlin, and they had the original camera there. You see that? Looking good. And they were going to do a test. So let's see what they ended up doing here. Just kind of testing out the camera or something, just to... Not really sure. It's just a small clip, but it's kind of funny. Let me pause the music here. Here we go. This is very funny. I like this.
One more time. Different lens.
Different lens. And there's James. He's like a SoCal surfer guy, beer gut dude. We'll see some other clips of him. Really funny, interesting man. He's still around. Anyway, so here he is, ready to test it out. Sophisticated tripod.
Okay, are you ready? Do me a what do you call it? A take?
What do you call it? So the guy behind the camera has no idea what he's doing, but they're gonna prove the Bigfoot Patterson-Gimlin film right. Once and for all. Person in the red shirt is Bigfoot? Well, that's Bobo himself, and he's standing in for the Bigfoot. He's a big guy. I don't know, he's probably 5'11", I don't know.
One take.
Something
Do
around
me
there.
up artificial. Go ahead and walk by a practice run.
Practice
There you
run.
go.
So here's the practice run for the famous walk.
Good, that'll work.
That'll
So
work.
we'll try that.
All right, so round 2
Rehearsal.
goes back. Rehearsal. That was a good rehearsal. I think he did a good walk there. It looked convincing. And Bobo himself knows a crap load about Bigfoots. He's an expert. He's been around. He's seen him. He's heard him. We got another video coming up of the Bigfoot sounds. We'll get into some more Bigfoot sounds. Here we go. Here's round 2.
At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Here we go. Walking just like a Bigfoot would. Just walk along. Bigfoot.
Daniel, just so you know, this camera takes a split second to get up to speed, so you want to be rolling before he starts his movement.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we want to be rolling. That's what he said. The camera takes a bit to get up to speed. We want to be rolling before he starts. This is an amateur operation, what we got here. Don't know how they got a hold of this camera, the Kodak camera that works and functions, and we got this guy who has no idea what he's doing. So he's just saying, run the film a little bit, let him do the walk. And this is like a Hollywood movie back here, trying to figure things out.
One more time.
So
One
he'll
more time. So he's like, yeah, we'll do it one more time, because anyway.
Back over.
and then we'll go action on you, okay, Bubba?
I'm going to start
Bye-bye.
rolling as you're steady.
Before he starts. Yeah.
And he's, I'm going to start rolling as you're steady. Again, he has no clue what's going on with this camera, and the man next to him is explaining before he starts. You know, simple idea. You hit the start. You know, normally you'd get into the edit bay, you'd get that footage, you'd crop it a little bit, you know, digitally, of course. Very easy to do now. Possibly difficult back then, but you kind of cut the first part out and make sure you got a clean, you know, they stand in front of it and they do the that's a pretty good sound effect. I have to. So ready, set, go.
And roll camera, action.
There, action. That's mostly
Good.
for scale. That's right.
Perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. You know, so he's going to probably say, you know, this is really, we're not doing this correctly. It's not going to prove much, but they're really trying to figure out the scale, because back then there's all these trees everywhere, and now it's overgrown, and I'm not sure how they're going to prove much with this footage, but it's kind of a cool thing to try out. So we got Bobo. He hosts Finding Bigfoot with a couple other folks, and they're talking about the sounds that Sasquatch makes.
Are real, and they're like the other primates. They're going to have similar vocalizations, alerts, calls, mating calls. I mean, it'll run the gamut, but I would anticipate that they're very similar to those types of sounds.
One of the more common vocalizations is often described as a
love this.
high-pitched scream, like a woman being murdered in the woods.
Yeah. And there are animals that make that sound, and it's kind of freaky, like bobcats, I think, have a crazy scream, and other stuff, but don't really like to think about that imagery of that, what he's referring to. But he's about to show us a scream, Bigfoot scream.
Sometimes they're
Forgot the
long
music.
and drawn out, sometimes they're short, like this. Other times you hear
That's
the long
the
sort
sound of a person getting murdered. You'd hear this sound. Oh, I missed
they're
it.
long and drawn out, sometimes they're short, like this.
This is short.
Long
And
and drawn
walking through the woods, you get a knife in the back, and you
out,
just
sometimes they're short, like this.
mountain
times
lions.
you hear
Oh
long-
yeah, so that's mountain lions. Good point. Yeah, the cats, the dangerous cats, and those other feline. Are they called felines when they're big, scary cats that live out in the woods and kill things, people? I heard about this person that killed a freaking mountain lion. It's all over the headlines. Anyway, so we got the Bigfoot scream. Wow.
Sort of mournful howls, often described as the Ohio howl, because Matt recorded that for the first time back in Ohio in 1995.
Like that, like a siren kind of sound. But then I've also had Squatches come to me like when I've been like, you know, making a bunch of noise and this and that, come to me and do like that kind of grunt, growly kind of thing, like kind of like that.
Like a heavy metal singer. He could do some Bigfoot themed metal. That would be cool. But yeah, there's Bobo right there. He's quite a character. Love this guy. Let's watch that again. Let's go back. Here we go.
But then I've also had Squatches come to me like when I've been like, you know, making a bunch of noise and this and that, come to me and do like
Woke up my dog.
like that kind of grunt, growly.
Like we heard the mating call, and we heard the wow scream, squeal, and now we hear the Bigfoot. Maybe he's thrusting into a female Bigfoot or a tree. Maybe he's lonely. Maybe he's doing some other self-pleasuring. I don't know. Kind of creepy to hear that sound.
Kind of thing like kind of like that.
It is my personal
like
hypothesis that Sasquatches actually speak to each other in what might be a language or some sort of early proto-language or something. They sound much like very large men grumbling back and forth to each other. Some people say it
like
sounds
a couple of guys watching the big game on TV, and their team is losing, and they're grumbling. Friggin' go for it on fourth down. Frag 'em. Guy hat. Yeah, he's got a great hat. Good look. Surfer
like
SoCal
samurai
dude.
Chatter or
Samurai
something. And actually, that's what that sort of vocalization is now named. Like,
They sound better than that. Squatches do.
Yeah, he's
I
got
think
it
knocks
down.
are definitely them locating each other. It's just how they keep head count where they are. And I've also been, how many
So he's talking about, you'll hear that sound of, it's probably a branch or something falling. We'll see more branch evidence in the future. Not in the future, but in a few minutes when we look at that stuff. But branches play a big part in locating the Bigfoot because they knock on the trees and knock sound like, and you'll hear that. You'll know a Bigfoot is there. It's definitely not a tree just kind of bumping another tree or an animal bumping into a tree or something. It's Bigfoot. He's knocking. Bigfoot knocking.
people there are with us walking around, how many knocks corresponds to how many people there are. Not always, but that has happened.
Another
has
interesting
happened.
vocalization or sound that Sasquatches make, especially when up close, are whistles. These have actually been recorded on a number of occasions. I've actually
Bigfoot
recorded
whistle.
whistling by Sasquatches myself. These whistles are really interesting because whistling behavior is something that's been reported for thousands of years amongst the Native Americans of the Pacific Northwest. In fact, one of the incarnations, I guess if you want to call it, of Sasquatches in Native American mythology is called Zanakwa. She's the wild woman of the woods, and she's often depicted on totem poles with a puckered...
Yes, so, and this gets into some other problematic territory that we'll see, is that the Bigfoot people really latch on to some of that Native American mythology and storytelling, wonderful, incredible tradition that those folks have had throughout the years, passed down from generations in their native tongues, which are slowly dying, and you know, I'm sure that they love hearing some crazy weird white man on the Animal Planet, probably making a lot of money off this TV show, using their stories to talk about a weird hairy thing in the woods and make money off of it. So I'm sure they love that, co-opting their their traditions that they hold so dear in their culture. We'll see some evidence of that in this next video. I'm going down the YouTube wormhole. It's crazy today. Let's see. You know, as a matter of fact, let's jump back to some more stuff. Patterson Gimlin. I forgot I had this. Let's show this real quick. Boom. We got this website, Bigfoot's blog. BigfootBooksblog.blogspot.com. Hey, try saying that 5 times fast. BigfootBooksblog.blogspot.com has a bunch of info about the Patterson Gimlin film site. So here they have this crazy map that kind of shows you what's going on. If I could get a zoom in here, but I can't. That's too damn bad. But here you kind of see people really taking the extra amount of effort to show you some of the terrain that happened that day. It's not like this currently. It's quite a bit different. Things can change over time. They haven't preserved this exact layout, but here we have got it broken down by log. We got stumps over here, green things, and here up. Here we go. That's sort of a classic way to indicate the terrain of land, is just to do some squiggly arrows. But yeah, we know that's gradual uphill climb. The little basin. We got some rocks. We got flat. It's flat over there. And this was done in 2011. So that's the Bluff Creek map. So this is the true PGF site, Patterson-Gimlin, rediscovered and documented. So you can check that out and see kind of what they're up to. There's another one, same map, but here they kind of show, they'll break it down by tree, the type of tree, and where the Bigfoot kind of there, we went through there. So it gets pretty detailed, kind of breaking things down. There, what does this say? Large half-size image of an aerial shot. So someone flew over the site and kind of went and circled things. So there's, I don't know what that is. That could be a shrub probably. And there's another tree, kind of labeling every single piece of plant life that exists in this area to really make sure we've documented accurately what went down. You know, it's very important to know where all the shrubs were. There's the big tree, so there you see the tree grid map. It sits on the sandbar level. This is fascinating stuff. Here, the tree, and he shows you the tree is still there, looks like. It's got a bunch of holes in it, so that's where the Bigfoot maybe violated the tree. And I hope we're loving this cool stream. I hope y'all are loving this episode. Today, there's a topographical map, so it really breaks down all the info. Here's the frame with big tree from their footage, and there's what it looks like today. It's beautiful, wild area there, and there's the spiny tree, so that's pretty interesting, right? Right? Come on. Let's see. Bigfoot loves to fuck trees. That's right. So, I found this awesome, not a documentary, but it's a show. It's a show from an episode of Mystery Encounters, which is a show. And it's extremely good, and I would love to just watch this entire thing. And I have watched most of it, but I got some sections that we'll see. Kind of show you some folks. You got Bobo there, other folks. They're going out to try to find Bigfoot to get some footage and stuff, and you'll see some of that. This is great. I love this.
The Encounters team and I are on our way to Humboldt County, California, in an attempt to discover the truth behind the legendary Creek Devil.
Autumn Williams is a cryptozoologist and field researcher, a specialist in the search for as yet undiscovered animal species.
It's not a Pacific Northwest phenomenon, and it's not a U.S. phenomenon. It's worldwide.
Oh, wait, I completely forgot. This is great content. Oh, here we go. Check this out. You may recognize
and
something
that was
here.
enough for me
Check
to
this
just
out. Oh, baby, it's the Beefro boys. Right there. There he is. We're in the classic Beefro shirt. I gotta get me one of these shirts. That's kind of cool. So, you know, of course that, you know, we love Bigfoot. We read some Beefros. So now we're going in a deep dive. And here they are showing up in this damn episode from 2003. All right, so let's fast forward there where we were just at. And we took a small tangent. We're on our way to Humboldt County. Get the RV.
Legendary Creek Devil.
Autumn Williams is a cryptozoologist and field researcher, a specialist in the search for as yet undiscovered animal species.
It's not a Pacific Northwest phenomenon, and it's not a U.S. phenomenon. It's worldwide.
There are thousands of square miles of remote wilderness here, with more reported sightings and footprints of unknown bipedal primates than anywhere in the world.
Unknown? Bigfoot. We know who that is.
Cryptozoologists Autumn Williams.
She's got her, her crack team.
Russian Bigfoot researcher and author Dmitry Banyov.
He's a damn Russian guy. So they got Russian Bigfoots too. Anyway, just pausing to let you know that.
Tech specialist Vladimir Ustamachuk.
Wait, that lady.
With famed Russian Bigfoot researcher and author Dmitry Banyov.
The heavy hitters.
Tech specialist Vladimir Ustamachuk.
Say what her role is, but.
And a host of the team's regular researchers and support team.
Yeah, just some normal.
Photojournalist
J. Cole, the rapper.
Along with local researchers John Friedis.
Damn, these are.
Nicknamed Bobo.
Yeah, there he is.
Biologist Mario Benassi.
I mean, this is like when the freaking NBA guys come out, and you got the big one, the guy that we all know, does the dunks, and all of his friends come out. Big basketball head there. All they come out. The King James himself. He comes out and they give high fives, and it's like everybody's like, "Oh shit!" And they hoot and holler, and they got the music blasting. Everyone's getting pumped up, coming down the tunnel. I love the great. That's a great part of watching the basketball games, or see all the guys coming out. That's kind of what that was just now. Maybe could have put some more exciting music, but you saw all the heavy hitters there coming out to find the Bigfoot.
Wildlife researcher.
And there's some more folks still coming. He was on the toilet in the RV. He's like, "Oh, I'm here." There they are.
Clarita, do you think you can track us down a boat?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We could probably get a couple small boats.
Good. All right. If you want to work on...
Is this creature just a legend? Not according to scores of eyewitnesses.
And I was just sitting down for a sandwich break. And over about 200 yards, I just glanced between two trees, and I saw some shaggy cinnamon colored. And I just moved because it was really high, about 9 feet in the air.
It's a shaggy cinnamon character through the woods. Holy crap. And there's a even better. We got to see this again. Fast forward a little bit. There.
It was about in the middle of the daytime around this time, and I was just sitting down for a sandwich break. And over about 200 yards, I just glanced between two trees, and I saw some shaggy cinnamon colored. And just move. And I've seen bear and deer all my life, because I hunted them. And I thought it was a bear, but not wonky, because it was really high, about 9 feet in the air. I couldn't explain what it was. Put it back in slow motion in your mind, and you see it wasn't a bear.
But while some encounters are at a relatively safe
that went no bear. That was a damn Bigfoot. So this, and then the next guy tells a story about how he's a kid, and the Bigfoot came into his house. And messed around and moved his bed or something weird. Yeah, the close-up shot of the eye is pretty funny. Couldn't get quite the focus that you need to see that, but when he saw that cinnamon color, he was like, "Whoa!" Eyes were freaking out. He probably dropped his sandwich in the dirt and ran the hell off. So let's fast forward to our team of researchers.
They both were
she
scared.
slept with a Bigfoot or something, or that was his mom. I don't know. So here we go. So we got some more. And James Bobo, he's an expert of the Bigfoot vocalizations, as we saw earlier. And damn if we're not blazing through
this before,
our allotted time slot.
Yeah. This is really...
In 1993, an eerie, animal-like sound was recorded near the Klamath River. Bigfoot researcher James Fay, better known as Bobo,
so good.
wants Autumn and Matt to hear and compare
they're gonna see
to the many other recordings captured on tape.
Recordings of the Bigfoot
from other parts of the country.
Less than 3 miles from where we're sitting right now.
I didn't realize that we were that close to the actual spot. Can you tell me a little bit about the circumstances surrounding this?
I guess he was just sitting in his home at night, hearing the thing screaming, and he went outside with his camcorder and didn't get any video. It was dark.
As
he
you
got
do.
The audio.
My God. Jesus.
It's amazing because this is just like the Puyallup scream, except this is 500 miles or more away from Puyallup, Washington.
Cool, and look at the visualization on that Windows Media Player. That thing is going insane. And he says that it's like another one that they heard before in Washington. So this is pretty common to hear. Oh my God, look at that. The wavelengths are off the charts. That sounds so freaking crazy.
With very low populations have to be able to communicate over long distances, and we're wondering.
Yeah, they have to communicate, so they got to do a big scream. Bigfoot. Scream their heads off.
Use this infrasound to do that.
Okay.
And I believe that this has never been tried before. No one has ever tried to record infrasound in connection with these creatures, so it should be interesting to see if we.
No one has ever tried to record the infrasound.
So we're real interested in seeing what we can get.
See what we hear.
I guarantee there's splotches within 20 miles of here tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
But there are other sounds not widely heard or recorded.
This is very good.
Incoherent mumbling.
What the frick? The heck is that? Sounds like freaking the guy from Korn going off on the. Is this the Go Off Kings doing the sound thing? Oh my gosh! But they'll explain that some guys recorded some Bigfoot sounds and they're playing some clips of that. It's pretty funny.
Growling.
What the?
Chattering gibberish.
In 1972, Al Berry, a journalist out of Redding, California.
I mean, it could be again, not to sexualize the Bigfoot, but sounds like something's going down with that Bigfoot to really get him juiced up like that. Make it sound like
was
that.
invited to a hunting camp deep within the Sierra Mountains of Northern California to investigate the primate-like vocalizations. The men.
So these guys went up in the woods to investigate some Bigfoot sounds and came back with their recordings. We're gonna listen to these damn things. I don't care how long we go in the show. I do and I don't, but we've got to hear this. Pretty funny.
Who frequented the camp
I love when they play the clips through the show and you hear the sounds.
Strange, human-like creatures.
There's two of them across the creek at the big rocks.
Ron Moorhead was one of the hunters in camp who witnessed the sounds firsthand.
Vocalizations from this primate was made in the 70s. We recorded them at our hunting camp, a very remote area in the Sierras of California. Unfortunately, a lot of hunters and people who have these reports don't carry a tape recorder around with them. We've had a lot of people say they hear the sounds.
But they do.
They
They were doing some field recordings.
That's good, but it doesn't
heard a
give us
Bigfoot.
any corroborating evidence somewhere else.
While recordings like the Sierra sounds are
Okay, so let's check the sounds out, and we gotta get this
Ready
quick.
for
So
night,
here's
you know.
the stuff, the Sasquatch Sierra sounds. And this is pretty long, and it's in HD. There's some knocking. Bigfoot knocking. Hello, welcome. Can I come in? I'm Bigfoot. And there, you can hear the two guys. They kind of go back and forth with Bigfoot there. Let's see. Ooh, and he's hooting. And that, I mean, that sounds like a damn monkey. If you ever been to the zoo, the howler, or so he's hooping it up. And oh, what's that? He's scatting now. He's oh, and they're going back and forth, and Bigfoot's going to town on that tree with all the holes in it. Oh. Woohoo! It's going crazy out there. Oh, what was that? He's saying some shit. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold up. Let's back it up. That's a waste of wheel.
That's right, Joe.
Oh, there he is. He's getting it on with that tree. I mean, it's definitely not someone who just had their friend out in the woods and was going, you know. It's a Bigfoot. And there's another video I found, I'm not going to show it, but it was like an audio breakdown of this stuff in particular, saying that this Bigfoot his octave range is off the charts. Even more so than Mariah Carey. You know, she does those crazy octaves singing stuff. But this Bigfoot, if we look at the spectrometer, is just like, whoa, crazy. There's no way a human could ever make that sound. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that it's an extremely shitty tape recording that distorts and makes sounds sound real crazy and weird. And it definitely doesn't sound like just a guy and they had him run out in the woods and go, bow. I think that's where the corn guy got his inspiration. Listen to that. Mariah Carey is queen. That's right. That is right. And so then, you know, other people have their Bigfoot theories, and I really like this video, so I wanted to show this. And we're just going through all the damn videos. A month and a half ago, this is Max Powers on YouTube. He's got the dramatic music. He stopped for a hike in the woods and way home from Boston. Interesting. That's kind of way up there, and he found what I found changed my daily hikes forever. Something that I thought I had to travel far to find. Just had to go out into the woods. Was living right next door. What the heck did he find? Do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe he lives on Cape Cod and eats freaking salt and vinegar chips and goes out on the Hamptons and goes out on his sailboat and has boiled lobster? Because that's where all these photos were taken. What? Bigfoot Cape Cod. Holy crap. And Max Powers has uncovered a huge development, which is that Bigfoot is on vacation in Cape Cod. And he's got the evidence, and here he's just kind of using the same music and showing some Bigfoot stick leans. So there we go. That's some solid evidence for a Bigfoot. He kind of walks through. He's like, I'm going to lean this stick over here. Again, it could come back to the tree fucking. I don't know. Could have something to do with that. He's banging. Oh, he's talking.
Against a white pine. This one's pointed out towards the water. And something I'll show you, I think maybe in this
is
video,
empirical evidence for Bigfoot, by the way.
A pile of mussel shells in the middle of the woods.
What?
Not anywhere near the parking lot, not between the water and the parking lot, but a nice little spot.
Just a pile of shells.
That's like something went out and sat down and ate them.
Like a person, perhaps.
Here we go.
Just an armful of shells, and they just had their lunch.
Tree lean tucked in a white pine.
Or on Cape Cod, so it wasn't a bird. And how the
you
hell?
see how hard it would be for that to fall in that position.
There's no way the damn stick could fall from a tree and hit the ground like that. And if you hear a stick fall in the wood, if you don't hear a stick fall in the woods, does that mean the Bigfoot did it? I mean, all the stuff falling over. Bigfoot just going to town, knocking shit around. There's another stick lean. Wow, double stick lean. Holy. He's taking the stick leans to a new level. Hear that dramatic music. Turn that down a little bit. 2 leans and then some. I'll say, look at that. He's leaning and, hey, time to lean, time to clean, Bigfoot. Clean up your damn mess with all these sticks everywhere. Getting freaking messy out there. Some short. And there's another one.
I don't really know if you can see this.
Double tree lean. So Bigfoot is into leaning. Stick lean is what I do when I'm about to pull off the button combo for a Hadouken in Street Fighter. That's right, Puff Deluxe. And wow, that double stick lean. That's right. That feeling when you get the classic double stick lean. Cape Cod, so he's seeing all these damn sticks. And then, so here's for the big, this will blow your freaking mind right here.
Loose, but
anyway, he's investigating that stick lean. It's stuck in the ground. What? Does it count on my truck? I had been exploring the swamp all afternoon, the famous swamp of Cape Cod, outside of Boston. No cedar trees near the parking lot. Yep, that's a cedar thing. We love Cedar. No other cars around, just odd. Someone knows where I'd been. Oh, shit. Anywho, so he had parked his, what kind of car is that? Parked his Jeep. Nice car. And Bigfoot saw it and was like, "Hey, guy, I'm about to lean a stick up on your car and let you know you're up, down, all up in my shit, checking out my stick lanes, and I don't like it. Damn it." Bigfoot is like, "Dude, get up out of my stuff." So a lot of people go around trying to prove the Bigfoot exists, and they have lots of crazy evidence. And here's one. I went ahead and joined a Bigfoot group that's been paying off dividends out of Oklahoma. Some good stuff on there, and I found this page through that, and it's called Colorado Bigfoot. They have a YouTube page. It's pretty wild and weird, but I looked at their posts and thought they're doing some hardcore investigations wherein they go out, videotape, and do some close-ups and say, "Hey, is that a Bigfoot face? Is that one there? There's one. Looks kind of like a person, maybe." I mean, this kind of looks like some weird ghost spirits or something. I don't know. This is getting into some weird stuff. And frankly, to be honest, really gives me the creeps seeing these pictures. Honest to God, really, really frightens me. These pictures are scary. And the fact that this person's out here videoing and then zooming in and seeing all this stuff is, you know, a possible sign that, I don't know, I'm not going to make any assumptions, but it's truly terrifying to me. I do not like it, and it's frightening. And I've got some other videos, not going to watch those. Let's see what else we got. We're building up. Again, this is one of these examples on the Cool Stream where we try to build up to something real good and we end the show on a big note. And that's what we're going to try to do today. I think we got another video here. So we saw Max Powers, and then we got here from Bigfoot Anthropologist. And he's not talking about...
Hi, welcome to Bigfoot Anthropologist.
Store. What was that, Sonic?
Welcome to Bigfoot Anthropologist.
Sonic, does Bigfoot spin really fast and run real fast? Or does Bigfoot... Is there another Bigfoot that they like to hang out and eat cheese conies together? So you got Bigfoot, language, tree structures, listen to Bigfoot, digital recordings, voice prints. Bigfoot mic'd up, kind of to go back to the NBA. Speaking of the mic'd up, and I think they do this in a lot of sports, where we got the mic right up during the game, and the coach is like, "Ah, you stupid son of a, do it, come on." Bigfoot mic'd up kind of be like that, but he'd be like, "Ah, blah, 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 ooh, 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 ah, ah, So he's mic'd up. Bigfoot barcode. What does he work at Walmart? Bigfoot open mic. Bigfoot open mic. He loves to hit up the drive-through. Bigfoot open mic. That's pretty good. So Bigfoot's up on stage and he's like, "Hey." So he's come in from way out west in the Oregon rainforest. He's a big guy. We love him. Here he is, Bigfoot. Everybody's like, "Yay!" Grabs the mic and he's like, "Wow, wow." Or, you know, you could do one where he's doing a joke. He's like, "I came all the way from Oregon and boy, are my feet tired. Ow!" All right, let's switch up the music. Let's get something cool going. All right. I mean, the whole damn thing is cool, but... So anyway, there's a Bigfoot high up in a tree watching me. This is Bigfoot Anthropologist. And so he says a Bigfoot's up in the tree. We're going to do a super zoom. So where could that be? So far, let's take a pause. Do we see a Bigfoot anywhere? Maybe over here? Not quite seeing one. This is kind of like the other Colorado Bigfoot, where he just gives a real creepy zoom in vibes. And we're still zooming, and so we kind of get to that part of some digital imaging where, you know, it's sort of like compressed and, you know, whatever, they kind of filled in the pixels, and there's, once you kind of get into that digital artifact stuff, you're not going to see much, but he's still going, still continuing to zoom in into those digital artifacts to see if there is a Bigfoot. And I guess that's him right there. Enhance. Computer enhance. On the Bigfoot. Zoom in, please. Please. And do we see him? Is that a nose, perhaps? Maybe we got a side profile. Kind of see a mouth, maybe. Maybe like a two-headed Bigfoot. That'd be kind of crazy. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see there. Maybe he's got a big chin over on that side. Kind of weird, like Picasso face. And so we'll do a zoom out. And zoom the hell, and that's taken a long time. But anyway, it was Bigfoot. He's right up over there. Pretty cool. Let's see, what music was I gonna do for this? Sure. So that's the Bigfoot videos. We got one more. We're gonna nail it home today. Anyway, to kind of talk a little, kind of mentioning Bigfoot being kind of sexualized, we've got a crazy cool blog post we're gonna read. This is something I found a while back, and I hope you don't mind me switching music again, because I'm really gotta find the perfect one. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. So anyway, I found this blog post quite a while ago, looking at Bigfoot stuff, as you do, and I found this blog, Truth Seeker Forum. I thought, oh, that, you know, I see these websites like with names like that, and I think, oh heck yeah. I'm going to go into this forum and check it out. But it's not a forum, it's a blog. And it's a woman who's sees psychic or whatever, does the seance or whatever it's called. Anyway, I just could not care less. But anyway, this is kind of how she gets into her story here. It's about, I'm not going to give it away. You gotta hear it. So it must be made clear that I, of all people, would be the last and strangest pick for any Bigfoot to communicate with and give direct and crucial information to. Okay, let's be clear. She's a strange pick for a Bigfoot to communicate with. So, and then she says here, I'll be honest, I had no more interest in Bigfoot outside of enjoying the occasional videos and images taken by Sasquatch enthusiasts, such as some of the ones we watched today. And then she goes on to say here that beyond that, forget it. I was interested in my search for those elusive and formidable alien abduction answers and resolutions. Now, for my money, I'm kind of more of a Bigfoot fan, to be honest. I do like alien stuff, but and truthfully, I think Bigfoot is harder to believe somehow than aliens. Aliens are more believable. Anyway, I'm a big Bigfoot fan. She likes the alien abductions. Such a quest leads many researchers into the abyss of dead ends, besides the occasional potholes of doors closed or interviews canceled. Yeah, so you got to do a lot of interviews to get the alien abduction stories. Bigfoot, you just go out with a mic, video camera. I tell you, there's tons of these videos. Many of which that are very good and funny. Okay, so anyway, she says, this, to say the least, was the curveball I never saw coming. Weirdly worded there, but February 21st, 2014, so we're going on about 5 years ago, was a morning like any other. While I was drinking my hot tea, I was checking out some interesting videos on YouTube. came across a channel called Sylvanic Bigfoot that had really good images and information regarding Bigfoot. I'm not going to watch all of that, but just to give you a quick, I guess maybe I can kind of do. This is extremely funny. And here he is. He's talking about. Oh, wait a second. Wait a damn second. I forgot about this. I'm all over the damn
20
map.
years worth of hardcore backcountry expedition
Who's watching this
experience
video?
into the most remote regions, I've tracked and studied various North American species that have had little to no exposure to civilization.
And can you guess where this guy's from?
In 2006, my team and I publicly showed 2 separate crystal clear.
Can you guess where this guy's from?
Conducting expeditions, documenting chronicles,
Jump it.
and interviewing
Bam.
people pertaining to the subject.
He's a weird Canadian guy. You couldn't tell by his voice. Nothing wrong with Canadians, but anyway, so she was on this site, Sylvanic Bigfoot, and saw this guy here. So she says it was on that site, Sylvanic Bigfoot, that had really good images and information. Let's hit play there.
His nose alone.
Okay. So on Sylvanic Bigfoot, watched a video and sat in awe of an amazing image of a supposed Bigfoot. I thought to myself, you are so beautiful. Just an amazing being. I truly felt a profound warmth in my heart for the Bigfoot I was looking at and decided on the spot to subscribe to the channel. So she hit that like and subscribe button, saw that, she said, roll that beautiful Bigfoot footage, baby. This guy rules. Oh no, is this where I think it's going? Well, sort of. There it is. Holy shit. So she saw the Bigfoot and you saw it over out in the woods. This, I mean, we really should watch this video. This is insanely good. There's another video where they go out and they do some Bigfoot investigations. And they have some other footage, and this guy with the beard, the Canadian guy, he says, got the footage, everything's great. And actually, you know, the kind of camera we were using, I broke the lens, and, you know, it took me about a year to pay off the lens that I broke for this camera that I borrowed. That's kind of funny. He smashed the lens, but it's all for Bigfoot. So she subscribed to the channel. She smashed that subscribe button, liked and subscribed that beautiful Bigfoot. I don't know, she kind of liked that guy. He's kind of handsome. She saw him jump over that crick, and I was like, holy crap, this guy's getting me going. Anyway, after that amazing experience of watching that video that we just saw, I decided it was time for my morning shower. I assure you, it does not go the way, it doesn't get into anything too weird. I have read this before, unlike a lot of things that I read onto here. I put on some Pandora music, maybe something like this, and I headed into the shower actually feeling pretty good and in high spirits. A few minutes into shampooing my hair, I heard a sound, almost like a deep underground boom. I turned the water off and listened. Nothing happened. I thought it was probably a car door slamming shut from outside and decided to turn the water back on. As soon as I turned the water back on, out of nowhere, and I mean nowhere, there was a male voice in the shower that said, "Hello, my name is Loki." Yes, just like that. I looked around and thought at first it was the music coming from my bedroom. You know, that song that I think it could be like a Daft Punk song that she heard. There was like the, where they do the voice vocoder thing. My name is Loki. Bop, 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 bop. Anyway, wasn't the music. I didn't think much more about it and continued to wash up when I heard the voice again. He said, "Yes, you heard me. My name is Loki." Loki. I think I'm pronouncing that right also. Could be like is it a Greek god? The god of thunder? Chaos? Maybe it was Avengers Pandora, that's right. She had the Avengers on in the next room. Anyway, he then proceeded to spell his name out for me to make sure I understood how to spell it. This is a smart Bigfoot. He knows how to spell. Thought to myself, is he a Bigfoot or another spirit trying to communicate with me? Within an instant of that thought, I heard him say, "Yes, I am of the Sasquatch kind." He knows all the, he knows all the terminology, knows how to spell, knows he's of the Sasquatch kind. That's good to know. You'd think they'd have another way of saying that, kind of like how different countries have different names and we just call them whatever. But no, they're of the Sasquatch kind. Immediately thought it was interesting how he didn't say the name Bigfoot. Huh. I felt a little vulnerable. I would, being in the shower and hearing the guy's creepy voice. Anyway, and she wondered if he was looking at me. Naked! Could be. You see any trees shaking out the window? I tried to put that thought out of my mind as quickly as it came. That's good. I'll creep you out real fast. Finished the shower, got the clothes back on. I then turned the music off and listened for Loki's voice. But there was only silence. It was as if it never happened, but I knew it did. After I dressed, I excitedly texted my boyfriend Michael and told him about the experience. Imagine getting that text. He's probably at work, working at the pawn shop or something, and gets a text. I was in the shower and I heard Bigfoot talking to me. Anyway, he called me to get more details and was very excited for me. So he's a good guy, Michael. Very supportive boyfriend. He's a keeper, that one. Rainbow Radelli, that's her name. Rainbow and Michael together, and he's a good guy because he called her to get more details and was very excited. He's a big believer in Bigfoot, besides having a lot of respect for them. He's a big believer besides? I think she meant a different word there. Anyway, Michael thought it was really funny when I told him that I heard Loki's voice in the shower. It was a bit strange for me, but then I thought perhaps it was in fact that the water was a conduit and a way for Loki to communicate with me. Could be. That was all the communication from Loki I received for many months. He was long gone in the other world or whatever, wherever he went to. Thought for a while it must have been my imagination, because it seemed so surreal and was so long ago. Well, all I can say is Loki works within his own time frame, and obviously not mine. It was just a matter of time. Bigfoot was doing a stick lean, if you know what I'm saying. That's right. She probably heard that sound that she heard. I mean, he was out there on those trees, So we'll go ahead and read the second one, and then we'll jump out for the day. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll get into this story. It's kind of weird here. So anyway, a bit later, let's see, what was the date on this one? Oh, okay, so a bit later, 5 days later. So maybe she's doing this later, blogging about it. Anyway, every once in a blue moon, I would think about Loki and then zone out, filling my days with the constant mundane certainty of being housemaid, animal keeper, girl Friday, and time clock mom. Life can become a rerun that doesn't require any forethought, but to tell you the truth, for someone like me, it's actually a comforting lifestyle. Yeah, that makes sense. Normalcy is an understatement in our home because, as an empath, that was the word I was looking for, sometimes wayward spirits like to continue discussions by attaching themselves to me as I head home. That's gonna stink, You're driving home and a spirit is just like all up in your head and blah 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 blah. I'm dead. I hate him. I'm in hell. Heaven is cool, and you're just like, shut up. Turn up that Pandora. Sometimes it's hard to remember to leave uninvited guests at my doorstep. Loki was different, though. To me, he was more than an inquisitive or needy spirit. He was a highly involved being that represented the sentient forests and their mysteries. In some ways, Loki's energy reminded me of an old, antiquated child story. The ones we all grew up with, the enchanted forests of old, fairies, dragons, and unicorns. Yeah, I remember that. I knew it was just a matter of time before Loki would contact me again. I wasn't worried about our next chance meeting, but I have to say I really didn't want another conversation in the shower. Now, are we sure about that? I mean, maybe this music kind of makes you think differently, but just let you draw your own conclusion. That's what we do here. I guess the human woman in me just felt like I was at a disadvantage being naked. Yeah, that's kind of scary. Wouldn't like that one bit. As I found out later, Loki, on the other hand, thought I would be more comfortable this way. Boy, does he have a lot to learn about humans, especially women. Ow, come on, Loki. That's uncouth. It's a private place. You can't get up in the shower and whisper in your head. Months came and went and still no Loki. August was an especially busy month, not only because my daughter went back to school, but because she turned 20. Ooh, needless to say, by the end of the month, I was ready for a vacation. Michael and I decided to take a short trip to Oregon on Labor Day weekend. It's a great change of pace for the both of us, and I was really looking forward to seeing the countryside. It's beautiful out there in Oregon, and they stayed in Portland with Michael's daughter and her fiance and ventured out in our rental car during the day. On our first day, we were blessed to have Michael's oldest daughter with us, drive around in wine country and blah blah blah. The forests were thick and the smell was great, and the second night of their vacation, settled down to go to bed, and for some reason I could not fall asleep. I tossed and turned, and I found that I was really dry and thirsty, so I got up to drink some water. Let me do that real quick, just to add some. We moved it, let's see, got some water. I put a few bottles on the side table that was in front of the closet. We moved it there to give us more room by the bed. I drank a whole water bottle and still felt dry. I usually drink a lot of water at night, but what made this really weird, I drank more water than usual that night because I felt like a dried up old pine tree. That happens sometimes. Loki, do better. Come on. Loki is dangerously close to being canceled. Let's see. I knew I needed some sleep. It was after midnight, so she turned off the light, got back into bed, laid down. She was really getting into the details about where she was laying down, but we kind of need to know this stuff. Anyway, you get the picture. She's trying to get comfortable. So she got the sensation that there was a huge figure standing by the door frame inside the room. I thought I was just imagining it, but I could clearly see the outline of a large figure standing there, facing me. I said quietly to myself, if there really was someone there, to make a sound. She said, "You're there. Let's hear it." Just as I said that, two of the water bottles that I drank from popped in sequence very loudly. Bam. That's a can, but anyway, as a matter of fact, so loud that I knew they probably woke up Michael, but to my astonishment, he was still asleep. That's when Loki said hello and told me not to be scared. I must admit that my heart was pounding a mile a minute. I was very intimidated by his large frame. His head was right up against the ceiling. His head, come on now, get your damn brains out of the gutter. His cranium, okay, if they have that. I could see a leather strap across his chest. Huh, so Loki comes strapped. He talked to me for what seemed like minutes, but I had the impression that it was more like hours. Yeah, when you're talking to Loki, it's kind of what happens. All I know is that by the time I did fall asleep, I was no longer intimidated by Loki. I felt very comfortable in his presence. It was evident that Loki had given me quite a bit of information, and I was too tired to do anything but sleep. Loki said portals were upside-down pyramids. The point of the pyramid gains its energy from Middle-earth. So Loki's a big Tolkien fan. You know, he can read, he can write, he knows about the Squatch, and guy loves Lord of the Rings. Each natural portal has a drop-off point that has timing to it. He said that any topography around the portals would give off a distinctive vibration that would affect the senses for anyone within its perimeter. It would feel as if there was a morphed or skewed altering of time. Visually, he said it looks like colors come from all directions, and the depth perception of anything within the portal is distorted. So, just a lot of info about the portals, and that's the kind of stuff that you'd see in a portal, and that's where we'll leave it from this story. I think there was another part of this where she wakes up Michael, tells him about the story, and is very excited to see Loki. So, that's kind of a Bigfoot leather daddy. That's right. Oh yeah, speaking of that, I forgot I had this picture. It's kind of funny. For those that stuck around today, thanks for watching, and check out this picture of freaking PGF herself, Patterson Gimlin, old Patty. And there's Patterson, and there's Gimli, and Gimlin. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings up in this piece. They're just hanging out. They had some fun on that day, as we all know. Out in the woods, out in the big creek. Out in the forest. The beautiful forests of wherever that was. California, I think. So I don't even know that information, but yeah. Where else? What else can you say? Just kind of basking in the beauty of this image and thinking about all the good stuff we saw today. We saw the big feet, Bigfoots, and we heard some cool stories. Let's see, there's actually, I forgot, yeah, I saw that, and we get a picture of Loki before we go, and can I find it? Hold up. Got all kinds of posts here. Here he is. So she says, please note, if you want to use the drawing, please ask me first. So Loki, the Oregonian Sasquatch. And there he is. Beautiful guy there. Love him. Miss him. That's been the cool stream, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on the VOD, shout out to the VOD viewers. We love you. And we're going to play the crazy cool credits. Haven't quite finished those up. So, Loki looks like Chewbacca. Yep. Pretty close linkage there. I think Chewbacca is a space squatch instead of a Sasquatch. Thanks for the cool stream. Thanks, Puff Deluxe. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the damn credits. And I was already watching that a little bit today, but didn't quite finish those up like I would like, but you can see them, and I'll just leave you with that. And thanks everybody for watching the damn cool stream. Check out these cool credits. Hard cut and play the credits, and thanks for watching. Check it out next week on the cool stream, baby.